Hello everybody and welcome back to my Let's Play of Pokemon Yellow where I'm only using Little Cup Pokemon. Last time we beat Lieutenant Surge and did the SSN, yeah. So this time I'm planning to go to... I don't remember the name of the city, but there's the 4th gym. And hopefully this time we'll get an Abra and maybe even a Dodo. So versus a Butterfree, I think I'm just going for Slash. Yeah. Because the AI should be programmed in a way where it's only using grass type attacks, which is only the powder moves. But yeah, I think this only applies to boss battles where they have this intelligent AI. And I think the random trainers also just use random moves. So we put up Pikachu because I still wanted to have Thunderbolt, and I think you have a Squirtle. And Squirtle is weak to Electric. Yeah. So that's not a Squirtle. What? I don't even remember the slightest him having a weakness. Like I would agree with something like a Cubone, but not that. Especially as normally a Bellsport only evolves at level 21, which this is not 21. Weird. Maybe his second one? Oh, like, that's just... Why has a single man just have a weapon? Maybe you having... Probably you're having a Cubone now. At least something was right. Fortunately, that's not good for my Pikachu. Cubone could actually be also something interesting for the ground type in the game, but I think if anything I would rather use it in the crystal one, because of the fighting club? No. What's the name? Cubone and Marowak have a special item since Gen 2, which basically doubles their attack. I don't really remember the name of the item, but yeah, it exists. But it's also really rare. Like, I think it's only a 5%. And I don't even remember at which point you're getting teeth to actually getting an item. I'm pretty sure it's rather late actually, like probably around the rocket hideout stuff, which can be as early as, I think, after Gym 3? Which, like, yeah, the Yoto games are weird. Since in the first 2 generations, Pokemon tried to be more open worldly. Like, right now I could go for the 7th gym before I even get the 4th gym. By just ignoring the gym, normally proceeding with the game, and I think the only 2 necessary or 3 necessary gyms, depending on how you look at, are the second one because you get cut this way, or rather can use cut, and the 5th gym because you can use surf after this. Like, of course, you do need to get every single gem to get the Elite Four, but you get it. Anyway, I mean, technically you need to have the first gem as well, since you cannot go to Mount Moon without it. But yeah. Anyway, I really start to struggle with grass types. Like, my best thing is Mankey, which is not that good since basically every single grass type besides one, I think Tangela is the name, is resistant to fighting moves. Like, you have obviously most of them are poison types, like the Bulbasaur line, Bellsport line, and Oddish line. But you also have Execute, you know, yeah. And that's Psychic type, which also resists fighting. And then you have the Paraslide, which is Bug type, which also resists fighting types. Like, the fighting type did not really well in the first gym. In the first gym it was actually nice. But yeah, it does take a couple of generations until fighting type gets to the glory where it is today. Like, basically it does need to get to Gen 4, maybe even Gen 5, because in Gen 5 you got the buffed Drain Punch and something else. I do not know what, but there is something. Anyway, my Mankey got defeated, so let's toss around the Scottish. Yeah. And a Bellsport. Let's punch it. So the Watt Tunnel will be annoying because I don't have Flash and cannot get Flash unless I'm catching a couple more Pokemon. And this, what I just did was extremely stupid because I wanted to heal my mons. But yeah, I could catch a couple of months where to get Flash, but in Gen 1 you only need Flash for Rock Tunnel, and even then you don't really need Flash since you basically can see everything still. So yeah, don't really stress it that much. Also, fun fact, this is the last time you ever fight a bug catcher. And considering this, his team is really weak. Okay, no, there is another bug catcher on the same road, but he is optional, and he is necessary. So I always consider him the last. Even though I think you cannot get the optional bug catcher without defeating him. Maybe the other one is the last one. But even then, both are rather boring. Like, he doesn't even have the evolved forms of the two little ones, the Caterpie and the just farted. The other one. The little one of Beach. Like, how do I not get the name of it? Also, Confusion is stupid way until your level in Gen 7, where you actually nerfed it. But what was the name of it? I Weedle! Yeah, I got every name but not Weedle. Anyway, like, he could have a Butterfree, a Beedrill, and a Venonat. Like, that would be nice. The other one on this route does just have 2 Beedrills, which is also very boring. Like, I understand why something like Cypher and Pinsir are probably more for the ace trainers. But still, it would be nice to see some late game bug catcher with just some of those really strong bug types. I don't know if I should go back. Mostly because I think defeating those trainers with my Abra would be good. Like, yeah, you do not see yourself or the other trainers, but you see enough. Also, I'm pretty sure I did not get any weapons. Yeah. Thunderbolt. I think, yeah, I could get it by Mankey, but I would have saved it up for Starling. Yeah, already regretting not getting any weapons. Maybe I should go back, but yeah, I think it's like the problem is compared to later generations, the markets do not update their inventory. Like, for example, after you beating the, I don't know, if you're starting a game in, let's say, Gen 4, where I think this started, every market will get you something like a potion, what's it called, grapple, normal Pokeball, and stuff like this. And when you get in, let's say, your last generation, every market will get you everything. Whereas in this generation, every market has its own inventory. So even after you beating the game, if you're getting to Viridian City, you're basically getting the most basic stuff you'll get from everything. Like, yeah. I kinda understand why they did that. Also, I'm definitely going back because I do not wanna do this without weapons. Like, as I said, I think last time, those little battle sequences add up like a lot. And I could probably think that also, I think you're hearing my birds in my background, which is hopefully not that bad. Yeah, anyway, I just try to talk over. And what was I talking about? The market stuff. Like, I do understand why they did that, but on the other hand, they did more work because of that. So, on the other hand, it is probably more complicated to, oh my god, to not install but to code such things. Also, I think this trainer is a nod to the trainer in the anime, which also Dick would be stronger anyway, which trained his Sandshrew. So, like this episode was a really weird one because the Sandshoe were some things which looked really weird. And he basically trained it with him with the Sandshoe jumping in water went over. Which honestly, considering like this is probably the best way to get your Pokemon in a good shape, because if your Pokemon is weak to something and you're building up a resistance, some sort of, at least in theory. I'm not sure how this would actually work if you're doing this in something like real life, but it should work. I don't know. But it never got addressed again, if I remember correctly. Well, anyway, I think my Pikachu will close to be level 62, almost 26. Yeah, total waste of time. Like, this was definitely the last bug catcher you'll ever face. And I'm pretty sure you are able to get to him like optionally before you get into the other one. So yeah, the other one is definitely the last one you'll have to face. So let's heal the team. Also, fun fact, this guy you're seeing left on the couch, I always thought as a kid that he was some sort of prisoner or I don't know, because I always thought that his arms are tied behind his back. Like, I do not know why, but I always thought this. And I don't know, it's like his sprite is so weird to me. I understand what they are trying to do, but it just looks wrong. Also, did I get the bike watcher? Of course not. But I'm pretty sure that I don't really want to use it anyway. I don't know. The music that it plays, it's getting annoying really fast. So 20 weapons should be enough. Maybe I'm getting some super potions as well when I'm at it. And with super potions I mean regular potions. Like, in theory, normal potions are better than super potions. Like maybe not. Oh no, they are better because a potion heals 20. Wait, a potion costs 300, not 200. And I think a super potion costs 700, so it is actually cheaper to use super potions. Like, there's this thing with the weapons where comparing its prices to the top weapons and comparing the steps they are making you save of wild Pokemon, the super weapon is actually better, which I think is funnier considering they did not even change it up until today. But on the other hand, I think especially after Scarlet and Violet, you do not really need any weapons. Like, I know they do exist in Pokemon Let's Go, where they are starting doing this whole this whole wild Pokemon in the overworld kind of stuff. Whereas here it's just RNG. Like, I think you can manipulate it in this kind of way where you're not getting any encounters, but I'm not really sure. Anyway, this guy have a magneton, if I remember correctly. Either that or slope. But for some reason I think it's a magnet. Yeah, close enough. But this should not be any problem because I think it cannot learn water gun. So I mean it can probably learn it, but it is a really early level up move. So chances are that it, like headbutt, disable confusion, and probably tail whip. I don't know. Anyway, Sandshrew grew to level 22. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I feared this day coming. Like, especially if I'm not too... Especially when my brain is a little bit focused, I will not miss them. Because no speed up. And I feel like Sandshrew is not the best starter for this type of stuff. But I can show something different. It's super effective. Because Gen 1 only checks for, I think, the first, it is not the second typing, I feel like. Yeah, it's like probably checking the first type and then the second type. So in its calculations, it's probably doing like the first type is not very effective, so doing half. The second type is very effective, so doing double, which results in basically doing normal damage. But it displays super effective because the last check was basically it's super effective. I think that's funny. Most of the Gen 1 weird mechanics are funny for me. Like there's just... I don't know, you're never getting a game like this. Because if someone will ever release a game that is that buggy or messy, people would complain like nothing else. Like it would be probably fine if it's if it didn't cost anything, but that's not really doable. I feel like, well, you can make games and just what is the word I'm looking for? Making it public, I think, could be the... Anyway, like, you could do a game nowadays and making it public and not really selling it, but selling it for no price. I don't really find any better words for it. And people would not care if it is that messy because they just thought, yeah, it's maybe a demo or I don't know, something's making trolling, I don't know. And yeah, just forget it. But if you're charging money for it and it is that bad, then I mean, obviously it's, oh my god, obviously it's they're good rights to do this because you're not getting the promised thing you are charging your money for. But back then it was okay, because back then there weren't any better things or better games. But just because something does not cost any money doesn't mean it has to be bad. Like, I remember the game, I think Doki Doki Literature Club was it called, was free. That's the word I'm looking for. It was free back then, at least. I think nowadays it costs money, but for good reason. And honestly, the reason it was free was also kinda a big selling point, because everywhere you read about it, like, this game is free and so good because of that, and that. So, yeah, it is like, if you're doing it because I think with this game they tried the usually, I'm not sure if it's a dating simulator thing or something else. I don't really know the term of those games where I think visual novel is the best thing that it's called. Like, anyway, they tried to making a horror game just off those simple software, and I don't really know where I saw this, but I saw a video a couple of months ago, or maybe even a year or so, and it was really interesting to see that they do really just use the software for something completely different and made a horror game out of it. And a good one as well, because I don't know, horror games are kind of boring for me, because looking at something like Five Nights at Freddy or Slender Man, there are probably a lot more, but those are only working with jump scares, and I'm really lucky with my flinches, which is really nice. And games or media in general, which mostly work with jump scares, are boring, because it's probably the cheapest way to scare someone, because you're just scaring them. Like, oh no, you surprised me at a vulnerable moment. How scary. Anyway. Whereas some good horror game, media, whatever, is like, I think immersive is a good way, and like it drags you in this universe and just makes you uncomfortable. There are games where people genuinely thought, I do not want to play. Like, I'm just staying here and being in my happy little world. And this kind of stuff is something that I personally think it's really interesting, but also really difficult to make. Because just because you think it would or should be scarier doesn't mean it's scary for everyone or scary in general. Because I think there's a lot of artificial scary stuff, like just adding a lot of blood, or something like just add a lot of spiders. Like stuff that is usually considered scary, but just because it is there doesn't mean it is scary. Like, I think the line between... Thank you for nothing, Mickey. Because I think the line between scary and edgy is really fun. So I'm having a little bit of a problem. Maybe you are using self-destruct. Thank you. So yeah, scary games are, yeah, they are difficult and really big hit or miss in my opinion. Oh my god. I don't really know when was the last time I played this game. Oh no, it wasn't really that long ago, like I'm pretty sure that I kinda recently played Phasmophobia with a good friend of mine. And like that's an interesting game because it is almost like roguelike, where every time you're starting it, it's a little bit different, and you have to see or rather finding clues about what kind of, not especially ghost, but ghostly being you are dealing with. Like there are a lot of different beings, like shades or me, or I don't know. I did like, I don't know, 6, 7 games of it, and that's actually fun because it is immersive. You are in this world, but it's also a little bit silly because after a couple of times it's kind of repetitive and you are allowed to mess with things. Like, for example, when I played it the first time, the first thing I did was went into the kitchen, and I do not know why you are allowed to do this, but I opened everything in the kitchen. Like every little door you could open was like the little doors on a counter, or I don't know. Yeah, my thoughts are singing again. Yeah, every door of a cupboard, of a closet, just open it. Also, Thunderbolt, yep. And oh no, I did event no, yep. This would be very sad if I said yes. Yeah, like that took away the seriousness of the game, but mostly because the first, I think, 5 minutes there cannot be anything happening with you anyway, because they are able to hunt you. And wait a minute. I do not pause this. What? Yeah, well, I wanted to pause or at least mute myself, and I actually clicked it, but yeah. I'm sorry. I try my best, I swear. At least my birds are silent. My birds are silent. I switched up the words again. So... hold on, he's singing again. I am pretty sure that the in-game audio is probably more loud than him. But yeah, I just tried to talk over it. So I think I'm going with the girl because she has a Clefairy and what's it called? Jigglypuff. and my blood is getting louder and louder. Like, I know he's okay, he's just having a good time. But I really hope it is not that bad. Like, yeah. Anyway, I just kicked a fairy. I think that's probably the best thing I can do. That's a critical hit. I think Mankey was at level 26, 26 actually, maybe even 28. Like, I think it is... I always think it's earlier than it's actually happening. So... yeah, this is a weird one. Also, although I have a really found memory of Mankey, because way back then, when Fire Red was probably the newest thing, I did also use, almost said Annihilate, but no. What's it called? Like, I know Mankey evolves in it, but I just cannot get it. Like, it's something with Ape, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I had Primate. I had a Primate and it learned the move Cross Chop really early, like I think 35 around it. And interestingly enough, this sound my blood makes right now does not get picked up by the microphone. Anyway, like, this was something big for me because Cross Chop is a move with a base power of 100. It's basically a fighting type Stone Edge. And that's a really strong move with a really high critical hit chance. Yeah, it has an accuracy of only 80, but Hydro Pump also just having an accuracy of 80, and it's mostly considered a good attack. Same with Fire Blast, where it has an accuracy of 85, which is only 5 points higher. And that's actually considered, like, it's not the most accurate move. There's a reason why, especially in game, you want to use Flamethrower instead of Fire Blast. But still. Anyway, no. 230. Like, I regret a little bit buying some potions, but I think 230 is really doable. Like, yeah, I only need 5,000. I could even do the last 31 with the coin machines, slot machines, but I rather don't wanna waste my time more than necessary. So let's see what level my Abra will be. Nope. And it's level 15, that's actually not bad, honestly. So, and now we're getting another Pokemon for my team, another team member, yeah. And we're getting it right here. Let's cut it. Let's walk around in circles until we're not getting a red. Like, I don't want to have a red. could fight it for what's it called? EXP. But I think I won't do this. So maybe it's Dodo. I don't know why, but I expected the red and blue sprites, which look way different, with way bigger heads. So the reason I picked Dodo is because it's fast and strong, and probably out of every normal flying bird, it's even considered as definitely considering Dodrio, it's like the strongest one. And I think in the early times of Gen 1, you're not supposed to save your Pokemon up until the end. Like, you're not supposed to beat the game with something like Eradicate or Fearow or Butterfree. You are supposed to catch something stronger and throw away your early Pokemon. Like, instead of Eradicate, you're getting something like Tauros or Snorlax. Instead of Fearow, you're getting something like Dodrio. Instead of Butterfree, you're getting something like Cypher. So I think that, like, I never really played a JRPG, I think. I mean, maybe I did and didn't realize because I do not care for genres. But I think that conception was really common back in the day, where you're starting with something weak, and I do not know what the word is I'm looking for. But thankfully I have something like Google. Replace, yeah. You are supposed to replace them. She's giving out 3 good TMs. I do not have any room in it. Rookie. So let's just sell stuff, if we're here already. Like, I won't need Bite. I won't need Escape Ropes. I won't need a Moonstone. I definitely don't need this. I think that's Thunder Wave and that's Bubble Beam. That should be Body Slam, Thunderbolt. Yeah. So I need a Lemonade because I want to have Tri-Attack. I want a Soda Pop because I want to have Ice Beam. I want a Freshwater because I want to have Rock Slide. And I want a second Freshwater because I need to go to Saffron City. So, Lemonade. And that should be actually Tri-Attack, yeah. So I'm pretty sure that Doduo can learn it just from level up. Aber can learn Tri-Attack, interesting. But yeah, as you can see, my physical attackers cannot learn it. Aber do not need it, and Staryu, even if it can learn it, do not need it. Whoa, level 22 and not more than 3 attacks. Anyway, I wanna give it Fly. Wow, 22 and only had 2 attacks. That's a little bit sad if you ask me. So Soda Pop is Rock Slide. So now I'm interesting. Maybe only one of them can learn it. That would save me a lot of on everyone can. Like, I think I'm going with Mankey because Rock Slide is just 10 points stronger than Slash if it is super effective. Whereas Karate Chop is 50 points weaker than super effective Rock Slide. So yeah, I think Rock Slide is better on Mankey. And now I'm getting Ice Beam, which cannot be learned by anything for now, but Staryu will learn it. I mean, technically I could teach it Blizzard, which is stronger, and only having an accuracy of 90 in this game, which is stupid if you're thinking about it. Like, it's basically an Ice-type Pyro Ball. Yeah, now we're getting to a Saffron City and getting myself a Psychic Team, which will be immediately learned by Abra. And I just realized that I wanted to have my Abra have Recover, but it won't learn it. Abra does not learn any type of attack besides Teleport. Like, there is a high chance that I'm beating this game and having a Pokemon that probably only is having 3 moves. That's funny. So I could give this to Staryu, but why should I? Like, in what world does it need Psychic? If it, like, Staryu isn't even a Psychic type. Like, look at it. It has a special of 40. Let's compare it to Pikachu, which is 11. Okay, which is 11 levels higher, and it only have a special of 35. Like, even its attack, which is the better of its 2 stats, is 41. Let's look at Mankey. Like, yeah, it has a lot higher attack, but it's also a really couple of level highest. So I think the best I can do is go right to Erika's gym, because that's the last time I need to have cut, if I remember correctly. And after that I could just ditch my Diglett. Also, I looked up and saw that you can catch Staryu as soon as you have the Super Ward. Which is nice, because originally I thought I could only get a Staryu in Seafoam Island, which is really late. On the other hand, I don't think that it... Yeah, I don't think it's that big of a difference. Like, the biggest difference is that I can use Staryu for Koga instead of just after Koga. But I think it's also nice because I have my Surfmon right away instead of catching something different and just be annoyed by it. Thunderwave, I really regret not teaching my Abra Seismic Toss button. And it is bobbing. And no one can learn it. Yeah. Thunderbolt. So I think this time will a little bit of a more shorter episode, because I'm planning to do every gym and then ending it. And because I used Rebels this time, it's not... Like, I'm pretty sure if I do not get myself any weapons, I had at least 10 minutes. Also this... Like, now that I'm looking for it for a little bit longer... Also, ouch. I don't know, the backspread of Apple always was a little bit weird for me. Whereas Dogu looks cute. And I do not care for getting paralyzed. Because in the worst way, or worst case, my Dodo is getting KO'd. But that means Abra is getting some XP. And that's definitely something I wanna have. Ah yes, Gen 1 bullshit. I love it. Yeah, that is... Like, I still don't really care, because... Yeah, Abra's getting EXP, maybe even a level up. So, yeah. And Dodo is strong enough, I think, that it's not that bad. Whip it back. Maybe I get a crit. Or not. Special fell. And well. Like, that's the thing with Abra, especially for now. If it does not KO something, it will get damaged. But, oh no, why? But, funnily enough, it will only get damaged by physical attacks, because even special attacks will not do that much damage. And we're going to level 16. So let's just press B over and over again. It does look cute. I love the upper spread. So I know that one of the trainers does have an execute, but it's one of the trainers in the middle of the gym, so yeah, I could not really care for now. I mean, maybe this will kill because Bellsport does have a higher special, but no. That's not nice. Yeah. So the animation of Psychic still looks a little bit weird, but yeah. And it's level 17 already. Like, I think another really great thing about it, about Abra in general, is... Yeah, it was worth a shot. That it does get EXP really fast and is leveling up really fast. Sleep powder, that's not nice, I'll tell you. But I don't really care if it gets KO'd. It is just a death order, if you think about it. At least using something like Web where your opponent is sleeping is really bad, because yeah, I cannot attack anyway, so yeah, something, I guess. Also, yeah, I wanna say, if I get Wake Up, I am definitely going to be faster. And now I'm not fast anymore. which is actually annoying because Abra is paralyzed, so it cannot do anything really. But I always have my Sentry, which was stupid because it's slow. No, it's not. Okay. So, orange. And Dig is stronger. Like, I would not care if... Wow. I would not care if Sentry is getting KO'd here, because more experience for my Abra. But I also do not care if Sentry is defeating the orange, because more XP for Sentry. Like, it is weird because every single one of my members is a little bit weak, but on the other hand, more weak, especially in the long run, than others. But okay, more EXP for Abra. I hope. I could always get every single time getting it paralyzed. Okay. Thankfully, this did not happen. That's good. I tried? Yeah. I hoped it wouldn't miss, but that it actually would miss was a little godsend, so yeah. And it survived. Maybe it does something stupid, or not. Why should it? So yeah, it was worth a shot, I feel like. And another one of these. It's not bad. Because at some point I'm getting out of there and I can just use this. And that was level 80. Just press the B button over and over again and you're fine. And let's get out of here. Let's cut this tree and get to the Pokemon. I should... Wait a minute. Like... Yeah, why did I not do it? I cannot speak. Like, maybe having to use teleport is not the worst type of thing. So... yeah, it's almost an hour already. So... yeah, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to beat everyone in the gym. Mostly because it will act some sort of a snowball, because... yeah... Abra will get level up really fast, which will KO everything, which will get it even further with level ups. And yeah, at some point I think I can almost ignore Abra, or use it as some sort of wild card for any difficult battles. So that's what it is. It's 24, which it is higher than the first one, so chances are that it will survive. Yeah. Poison power. Ooh, didn't even hit. So, yeah. And the bear sport again. Maybe I'm getting it critical hit. Or not. And it did hit. Maybe it misses web? Or not. But that's not bad, because I can just chop through. Pack. And that's it. Still no level up. I should buy myself some. I cannot use teleport. Okay. I should buy myself some. I think at this point I can't even buy myself some full heals. So I should do this. Because I do not want to see this effect of getting poisoned every time. Also, I'm not really sure what the level cap is now that I'm thinking about it. Like, I think Raichu was level 28 or 26. Either way, I should not. I think for Erika it is either 29 or 31. In both cases, I am not having a problem with not getting over it. So, can I buy it from you? There are no full heals, so I think 3 paralyzed heals should be enough. No burn here and 3 antidotes. Like there are... I think there are like 3 more trainers and the one with the execute. So this should be alright. So yeah. Cut 3. So let's see here. They are the white trainer, and there are 2. And I think the most left one does have an execute. This one just have an orange. At level 23. So chances are there that I'm just KO'd. Yeah. And level 19. And my special is 50 already. Gloom will survive in Psychic, but I think the worst it can do is just using Sludge, if it has it already. Or Poison Powder, which is completely fine. So... another level up. Yeah, as I said, Abra does not need much EXP to level up. No, Abra is not evolving, buddy. We are staying cute and little. This reminds me for some reason. I think in Gen 8, Abra... buddy? Abra actually used Power Punch. I think was the name of the attack. Like where you are basically charging for an attack, and if you're getting hit, you are not getting to use the attack. And it is interesting because Abra has like an attack stat of 15 or something like that. Like it's really basically non-existent. And the reason it used Power Punch, I need to look up if this was the actual name of the move. Yeah, focus punch, almost. Yeah, power punch or I think the attack that raises your attack stat. Anyway, focus punch was it called, and it used it because of Ponyard, which is a really popular Pokemon in the Little Cup for almost every time it is introduced in the game. And also Gen 8 stopped or lost the attack Hidden Power, which was usually a special type attack which could have any type besides Fairy. And usually this was the way to defeat something like Ponyard. And I think it's funny because even though Ever does not have any attack, Power Punch did enough to not only defeat Ponyard, but also I think did enough to other dark types. Because Little Cup is a little bit different with how stats work and everything. And I always find this interesting because, for example, something like that does not like multi-hit attacks like Rock Blast or Fury Swipes are considered really strong in Little Cup because yeah, if you are doing an attack that does like 2 damage but does it 5 times, then it is like 10 damage, which does not sound like much, but in Little Cup that's a lot of HP. And even if your attack does only do 1 more damage, it still adds up. And like as you can see, my Pokemon are level 20 and their HP is like 40 to 60. And they are really high level compared to level 5. So I think the best multi-hit users will do something like 5 or even 6 damage per hit, which basically KOs everything. And the reason these are way better is that's how in a way on how also the way attacks are calculated in Little Cup is like something like that is like almost 8 times or 7 times as strong, does only double the amount of damage. I don't know, Little Cup calculations are fascinating for me. And that's my dot. Oh, we wanted to see this. Also, Albert is level 22 already. So this is the girl with the Execute and also the last trainer. So yeah. And why does it have an arm? Anyway, Fly, it's level 26, which is a little bit concerning because I do not hear a door. And Reflect is a little bit annoying as well, but not the worst. Like, yeah, it survives, but just misses. Also, its best attack is apparently Barrage, which is weak as heck. Yeah. So, let's go out of this gym. Also, I think the level of Erica is on average higher than in Red and Blue, but I think for some reason she uses weaker Pokemon. Like instead of Wildplume, she's gonna have a Gloom. Instead of Victory Bell, she's going to have a Weeping. And instead of Tangela, she's just using Tangela because you cannot get weaker than this. Which is honestly not fair. Like Tangela, at least its stats are fairly good. Like usually Tangela's worst stats are its attack, which is mostly irrelevant for a special attacker, and its special defense. Like the special defense is really low. I'm pretty sure the HP is like it's not having a really high stat in anything, but it also doesn't have a really low stat, ignoring attack and special defense. But since in Gen 1 you're only having a special stat, its special defense is like 100. And its special attack is also 100, which is not that bad. But the problem it has is like no attacks, you know. Anyway, hello Erika. Hello, lovely weather, isn't it? It's so pleasant. Oh dear, I must have dozed off. Welcome. My name is Erika. I am the leader of Saladin's gym. That was the same called. I teach the art of flower arranging. My Pokemon are of the grass type. Oh, I'm sorry, I had no idea that you wished to challenge me. Very well, but I shall not lose. Why do you think would I not wanna battle you if you're the gym leader? Anyway, Erika wants to fight. And she starts off with potential. It's level 30. Let's say how much if I'm slower. Excuse me. Okay. Like I know I'm 8 levels lower, but still. Also Constrict, probably the worst move ever created. Like it is a 20 base power move, which does occasionally lowering speed. That's it. Mega Punch moves. Like I probably should just use Seismic Toss. Mega Punch will not do any meaningful type of damage. On the other hand, it's very likely to survive Seismic Toss. Oh my god, that did nothing. Yeah, Seismic Toss is definitely good. I did not see Pikachu beating it, but yeah. So now should be we can battle. Just Thunder Wave it, and it's not going to be a problem. Acid. Wait. I thought... No, Sludge was something different. Everything is same. So, Abra. Psychic. That will definitely not KO it, but should overhead. Okay, it was a crit. So it wouldn't even have to over the half. That's concerning. Yeah, Abra could do 23. So I'm almost hoping that Abra will lose here now, because I feel like Doduo needs the EXP more. But I will just wait. Like you see, Abra is a beast. It is absurd how strong this little guy is. And just imagine, like, anyway, the Rainbow Badge will make Pokemon up to level 50 obey. It also allows Pokemon to use strength in and out of battle. I'm pretty sure I can use it in battle before your gym, but yeah. Please also take this with you. TM21 contains Mega Drain. Half the damage it inflicts is drained to heal your Pokemon. And it's also like one of the most useless attacks, and unfortunately one of the strongest grass type attacks. Like, the effect and everything sounds nice until you realize it's only having a base power of 40. You know what also have a base power of 40 and is considered a really weak move and usually just for starting your adventure type of move? Amber and Water Gun. Yeah, there's a reason Giga Drain exists, and even then, up until Gen 5, I think, Giga Drain is not really good because it only have a base power of 60. Yeah, Pokemon and balancing. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you enjoy seeing this and hopefully see you next time. Bye bye.